What's up, Reds? Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. With me, as always, is Steve. As always, a little bit late, figuring out technical difficulties, but we're here for it. What's going on to everyone? Steve, good morning to you. How you feeling, my friend? Not mid-season. Preseason's underway, and we're rolling. It's good.
We are rolling. We're getting rolled over as well.
Yeah, we got rolled over once.
Jeez.
I mean,
Anyways,
were you surprised when I saw 4-0? I was like, what? That doesn't seem right.
I mean, I feel like we played 30 players in that match.
We played damn near every single player.
So I'm not surprised, but it's not cause for concern whatsoever. I just feel terrible for the folks at the match. Was it in Thailand?
Yeah, it was in Thailand. First one was in Thailand, then it went to Singapore.
How's my audio here?
Staticky.
Okay, I'm getting rid of this thing.
Do it.
See ya.
Get rid of it. Oh my god. Why? I don't understand. I just don't understand StreamYard, dude. I don't get it. Anyways, let's go over to the chat. Good morning to everyone. Liz, Tony Madden, Oyvind, Inglese, Sir Oswald, Legends, Ross Bauer. What's good to everyone? Look, 4-0 loss to Man United in the first match. You would have thought they won the Champions League final that match. However, what I will say, I'll give credit to them because they looked pretty solid. But given the players they started, you'd expect that from them. Fred had a nice little chip. Sancho looks pretty solid. But again, Sancho's going up against, I don't even remember who was playing left back, Luke Chambers or whatever. But, yeah, 4-0. But then we come back with a solid win against Crystal Palace. What I will say about the Man United match is that Harvey Elliott and Carvalho, the two players that you and I have really wanted to watch, looked phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal.
How do I sound?
He sounds good. He sounds good, people.
I'm back to my roots here.
Oh,
I mean,
dude,
you can't go any more old school than this.
Hey, pop quiz to everyone in the chat. How long has it been since Steve used, this will see if you're a real nothing but Reds follower or not. How long has it been since Steve used the over-the-head microphone? Tell us in the chat. But yeah, Steve, 4-0. Carvalho, Elliott looked excellent, bro.
I mean, look, I was unfortunately interrupted during my discussion of the United game because of this. And I just want to say 4-0, it's not cause for concern at all. I giggled a bit. It's hard to see 4-0 on any score sheet with any Liverpool match, but that literally is the most meaningless game in the world every single year, is that first preseason game. Is it different because it was against Man United? Like, no, it's not. I just feel terrible for the folks, the Liverpool supporters that were at the stadium. Like, that is so sad for them.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing else matters, in my opinion, except those fans and those supporters.
Right. I mean, they probably won't be able to see them play for another 5-10 years, till they do another tour over there.
Who knows? They could do another tour next year. I don't know. But yeah.
They try to mix it up. But yeah, 4-0. I wasn't really expecting to see that either. But again, you said we played 30 players, man. And it's kind of what you're expecting. But second match, I was actually pleasantly surprised with how well Oxlade-Chamberlain played. Oxlade-Chamberlain came out and was actually, dude, I haven't seen Oxlade-Chamberlain play that way in a long time. Now, it was against Crystal Palace, but it doesn't matter. He was still playing against Premier League opposition. Go ahead.
That's who he can match up against nowadays. Like, that's where we can use him against the lower sides.
Yeah.
But you say we haven't seen him play like that in a while. Dude, I don't even know the last time we saw him play. I feel like the last time I saw him put in a shift could have been legit like February.
A solid shift, yeah.
Yeah, like a 60, 80-minute shift.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He may have had a weird game squeezed in there somewhere, but every game, the last 40 games, no. No, let me be a little bit more strategic with this. The
Yeah.
last 25 games of this season, every minute mattered. There was rotation, but we knew the rotation. It was between the top, 14 or 15 names on the team
Yeah,
sheet.
Ox
Those are the
wasn't
only
coming
people you're
on.
going to see. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So,
I think he actually picked up an injury too, believe it or not.
huh?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Man went down. Think it was his hamstring.
Huh.
Same old song and dance, bro.
That's what happens when you don't play. The hammy. The
Yep.
old hammy. Same thing
He's
happens to Millie all the time.
he's got that dad bod, bro. He's
Dude.
got the Ox has that dad bod now, and so he's pulling hammies.
Well, the difference is Millie would have played. Millie would have played for 95 minutes on a torn hamstring.
Yeah. Milner was phenomenal. Phenomenal against Crystal Palace, dude. It's unreal. It's unreal. Now, and we saw the links with Ox. I mean, Ox going for 10 to 15 million to United. That was the link. But no one's going to buy him now with the pulled hamstring. So, look, 2 matches under the belt. I'm going to say that the standouts for me have really been Harvey Elliott. Carvalho's second match, I wasn't too impressed, but his first match, he looked very good. Konate has been phenomenal. I'm trying to think. Nunez, man, he hasn't been that great. Again, trying to adjust to a new side. Klopp came out and he was basically saying, like, we have to get used to Nunez. We have to get used to how Nunez creates space for other players. All right. In the sense that Bobby Firmino drops super deep. Nunez wasn't doing that. He creates space in other ways. So we got to get used to that.
I could see a world where Nunez is somewhat of a poacher from the start here.
Like
Once
Jota.
the season actually starts. Yeah. Like, not going to create a ton for himself, but with such a class side and class midfield behind him and good delivery from Robbo and Trent, like he's going to get on the score sheet. But it's going to take time. This is just my opinion. Again, this is what they pay me the big bucks for. It's
Yeah.
going to take time for him to create and learn the system and be in the right places at the right times. I think for now, you'll see him score still. Like, I think he'll still produce. It just might not be that pretty.
Yeah. And I mean, he had chances in both games, just right at the keeper, odd angles, and the keeper was able to save it. So it's not like he wasn't finding himself in places to score. He was just having moments where, like, he had a bad pass or he gave the ball away. But, guys, kid's 22. Let's just chill.
How many times we see Mane do that?
A lot.
Like, I watched Mane play terrible for an entire season
Yeah.
and still didn't
Oh,
get
man.
this much criticism.
Isn't it remarkable?
It's
dude?
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Like, people were saying that Nunez is a flop after one game.
Dude, it's crazy. And like, you probably got United fans just like, I can't wait to write this blog article about how Liverpool blew it.
Tweet sent. Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, dude. People that do like what we do, just like getting ready to rip Nunez today and
Yeah.
Julian Ward.
Good
It's
God.
crazy, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Julian Ward's sitting back with his feet on his desk, like, let's just wait. Let's just wait, guys. Let's go over to the chat. Oyvind here says, can't even critique Nunez yet. 1 hour in preseason and something with 2 days of training. Seriously, bro. You gotta. People are just so quick. I mean, I get it. That's sports. You want to criticize the opposition, but you just got to give the guy time.
Like, he's never played a match with any player on this team, right? He's never been on the same team as any of these players.
No, he's played against Luis Diaz, but I think that's it.
Right, but he's never lined up with any Liverpool player until like 4 days ago.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So that says it all right there. He had no chemistry with anybody. Probably can't understand anybody either.
Yeah.
Klopp's just pointing, yelling, slapping his chest. He's like, sure.
Yeah. And this is where I'm at. Can't believe. I mean, what's wrong with this guy? Might be the worst striker we've ever gotten. I'm thinking Andy Carroll, Benteke.
I mean, what was that trophy, by the way? Wasn't there a trophy at the end of that first match? Forgive me. I've been a little bit out of the loop here with the
Standard Chartered Trophy was the last match. Something like Standard Charter something or other. I don't really care.
Is that on the list of trophies we need to win, Kyle?
No.
I think it is.
Maybe for you.
My
Or
favorite
two.
Community Shield is coming up. You know that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got the Asian Cup, Asian Trophy. Dude, it's like when you play FIFA career mode and you have the option of the 3 trophies in the preseason, and you're like, do I want to go win the Champions Trophy? Do I want to go win? It's preseason, guys.
They don't give us that option anymore. As a well, because I'm a player, not a coach or a manager. So I play with my
Oh yeah,
player. I don't make any decisions.
yeah. And how's that working out for you?
I mean, we're Premier League champions, Champions League champions the first 2 seasons.
Oh well, there you go. So you just put yourself on a great team. You didn't want to work for it.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, that's just
I've
lazy.
completely maxed out my ultimate team. I'm unbeatable in seasons. So I started playing career mode.
Yeah.
I put the difficulty all the way up. I
Oh, so
still
you're
can't
playing
be
on
stopped.
Ultimate.
Yeah.
Okay, but only for the one player.
It's harder when you play with just your one player, I think.
Okay. All right.
Anyone in this chat wants to play, please challenge me. I'm on Xbox.
All right. Yeah, well, there's your first problem. Let's go over and talk about transfers here, guys. So we have known after all of the signings between Ramsey, Nunez, and Carvalho that Liverpool were happy with their summer business, right? Sources close to Anfield have said that they're likely not going to make another signing. And that's what this article I'm about to share with you guys is saying, is that even though it's actually kind of funny to read, dude. I got a good laugh out of it, Steve, when I read it, and I want you to read it too. So let's pull up this article from the Liverpool Echo. So Liverpool have strong chance of completing 42.5 million Matheus Nunes transfer. All right. Now let's read this, right? Oh God, this is great. I love reading this. Okay. The summer transfer can everyone see this? Everyone can see this, right? All right, good. This is what's great about this. Summer transfer window is officially open, and yeah. Okay. Anfield sources. All right, here we go. Anfield sources have indicated that Liverpool are happy with their transfer business this summer and do not, I don't even know what that word is, any more incomings before the window closes. However, that does not stop rumors over possible new arrivals from swirling and gaining attention. So you're basically coming out and saying, like, Liverpool have told us we're happy and we're not probably signing anyone for the rest of the window. And then they proceed to talk about how Liverpool are likely going to sign this guy, Matheus Nunes, from Sporting.
Can you scroll back up here? All right, who wrote this?
Who wrote this? Mark Wakefield, trends writer.
Mark.
Mark.
I know Mark well. I'll call Mark later today.
Please call Mark. Ask him what's he saying here, bro.
Let's get it then. Challenge accepted. Alexi wants to play FIFA. I've been dying to play FIFA for years against this guy.
How
But I don't think
do
he
you
has my
guys
platform.
not played FIFA?
We played back in the day, but
Anyways,
he's got PC and PS5 and
gotcha.
GameCube. Man is on every platform except
Oh my
Xbox. He might be
God.
getting back in the Xbox mix. I don't know, but I think he's got a what is that one? The one you can like dock and then move.
We?
Not a GameCube, bro. GameCube's like 05.
We?
It's nah.
Dude, I
DS?
don't know.
DS?
Dude, I don't know.
Something DS, man. I think he's got one of those too.
So look,
He's been ducking me for years on the Xbox platform.
yeah,
Ducking me, bro. He's got everything.
yeah.
He's
I
got
just want to
everything.
go. I just want to go on record now. Credit to Steven because one, we were playing PS4. Two, he plays Xbox. And three, he wasn't in the most comfortable position. Okay, but I beat Steven 3 times in a row. No, I didn't. I beat him 2 times in a row, and we tied one of the other ones. Just want to go on record in saying that.
Yeah, look.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yep. It's big for me because I've never really beaten Steven before. He's always beaten me.
You're right. I was in an uncomfortable position. I don't play PlayStation. The controller's different. We were also playing on FIFA 21. The engine, everything just feels different than 22. No excuses. You win, congrats. But I mean, if we played here, it'd be a totally different story. I think.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to what we were
The
talking
switch.
about.
The switch.
The
Yeah,
switch.
that
There it is.
sounds right. Oh, even the switch.
According to the report, Liverpool have a strong chance of signing Nunes for Sporting this summer. It has been claimed that following Sporting's move to sign Francisco Trincao on loan from Barcelona, the Portuguese club will only enter the market to sell players this summer. Sporting have already let one of their prized assets leave the club, with João Palhinha moving to Fulham. The report goes one step further by claiming that Liverpool signing Nunez is a strong possibility, with the player having a £42.5 million asking price on his services. Initial thoughts on this one, Steve, given what I gave you at the beginning of the article and what this it just says. And take in mind the source here, Correo de Mania.
Um. First of all, Correo de Mania. What?
Legendary source.
Yeah, they are a legendary crew over there.
Yeah.
42.5 million.
Pounds. Yep. By the way, the
Uh-huh.
dollar just surpassed. This is how bad inflation is over here. The dollar, US dollar, just surpassed the British pound. I'm pretty sure in value. The British pound used to be like 1.5 times or 1.3 times what the dollar was, and now it's past it. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Just wanted
I
to point
think
that
it's
out.
time to go. I think it's time to move.
Yeah, it might be.
But anyways, 42.5 million. Let's just say that we're anywhere in that ballpark. I don't think this is happening.
Oh, so you don't like the price?
No,
Okay.
no. I do think we're done.
I agree. I think we're
We're
done. I
inching
think that,
closer and closer and closer. We're in the preseason tour. Like we're
yeah,
done.
it is very unlikely, guys, that we sign another player unless, God forbid, knock on wood, some sort of injury crisis happens. Severe injury crisis where players are going to be out for months. Okay. We have
That would
plenty of
have to be midfield though.
it would have to be. That's what I'm saying.
And
So
even then, I don't think Klopp would budge. Like let's just say, knock on wood, one of our top 3 or 4 went down. I don't think Klopp would move at all. I really don't.
neither do I. I think he's comfortable with those, even with Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, he's comfortable. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, he's comfortable with them. He has no
Ox,
problem
Keita,
playing
Milner,
them.
Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago.
Yeah.
Maybe missing one in there. I
Yep.
think he's fine.
Keita.
I already said that.
Oh, sorry. Ox. You even have Ox. People, but he's injured now too. But anyways, we're done. I really don't buy this, But this has been circulating for a few days now. And this again, it's probably people over there trying to add value to the player. When you get linked with a big club like Liverpool, I don't know, people believe it, starts adding inflationary value to the player. So there's that. I don't buy it, but hey, here's the article. You make your decision. Now, Amadou Onana, Lille midfielder. Now, this is from The Athletic via Rousing the Cop. Okay, let's take a look at this one. That seems way more reputable to me. Anything from The Athletic, I'm a big fan of. So, according to the report, Liverpool are one of several teams who are showing an interest in signing Onana. The midfielder has been frequently linked with a move to the Premier League in recent weeks, and those rumors are increasing. It has been claimed that Liverpool are joined by West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, and Newcastle in expressing an interest in Onana. However, despite Liverpool being credited with an interest, it has been reported that Onana is more likely to move to London if he is to leave France. Dude, all right. This is what gets me about these articles, Steve. I just need to say something, okay? I need to say something to everyone, okay? Is this how things are done over there in Europe? Like, okay. You literally saved what mattered in the article till the very end, the last sentence. It said he's more likely to move to London, but you titled the article that Liverpool are linked with him. Like, I don't know, dude. It just bothers me.
It's you know how I feel about this.
I know. I know.
So I'm confused here. were we talking the 42.5 price tag? Is that for this guy or the other guy?
That's for Nunez. We've
That's
moved
what I
on,
thought.
Steve.
Okay, so what are we in the ballpark here for?
Let's take a gander. Doesn't give us a
I think it
price.
was wicked low. I wanted to say it was like 10 or 15.
But see, this brings me back to other players that we were linked with. For example, Ibrahim Sangare, right, from PSV, another player in that 10 to 20 million pound range. This guy apparently 10 to 20 million. Let me see if there's anything more on this guy. What's his name? Onana?
Mm-hmm.
I always think of that old Ajax
Keeper.
yeah, he got in trouble for like performance enhancing drugs or something. All right. Here we go. How much? He's 6'5". Holy Lord. All right. The publication also claims that the Hammers have seen a bid of 25 million pounds turned down for the 20-year-old. So who knows how true that actual bid is? But that's the price tag we're looking at. So they probably want 30, 35, 40.
Jeez, I thought it was a lot lower than that. Yeah, no, this isn't happening either.
Yeah.
This is the
6
one piece of the puzzle I think we could afford to act on if we were to act on again in this window.
And see, sorry about the ad, everyone.
Nothing wrong with first team Toyota. Let's see what we got here. So we have the show is brought to you by the brand new Tacoma, the brand new Camry.
Yeah. Let's go over to the chat. Let's see what people are saying here. All right. Kieran B here. Pep Guardiola said last season when City played against Matheus Nunes' team that Matheus Nunes is one of the best midfielders in the world. I've also seen him linked with Man City too, and we won't put it past Man City to buy a whole new team every season. So maybe, they might buy him. You never know.
It's dude, who did they just
Dude, they just revamped their midfield.
yeah. Jesus is gone.
Jesus went to Arsenal. Yep.
Bernardo asked to leave.
Yeah, that's a weird saga there. But and then Raheem Sterling left.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the yep.
And then you got they brought in Holland. They brought in Calvin Phillips. They're looking to bring in. They brought in another player too, I thought.
That Phillips signing I thought was a little weird.
They've been linked with him for a while.
I
And
know.
just because he's English, I mean, I don't know, dude. They do this though.
Doesn't he play defensive though?
Yeah, he's more of a defensive midfielder. That's what kind of was. So you got Fernandinho, but I think he's leaving. I could
Yeah,
be
I think
wrong.
he's done. But
Yeah,
you got Rodri.
yeah, but so you
So they're
still need
basically doing
backup.
what our supporters want us to do, is getting
But-
cover for the Rodri Fabinho slot.
Mhm.
So actually, I guess it
Basically.
does make sense, but it seems to me like Calvin Phillips may be spending some time on the bench.
Maybe a Fabian Delph kind of move where Fabian Delph moved there, he'll get a chance, and then we don't really see him. Like I will say this though, they're buying more English players recently. It seems like they do buy a lot of English players under the radar, like except for Jack Grealish, that wasn't under the radar. But Calvin Phillips, they get him. But
Forgot about
they,
Jack Grealish.
yeah, you got Jack Grealish, who's been playing more and more. He's likely going to take Raheem Sterling's spot. Raheem Sterling, a report came out that he actually preferred to move back to Liverpool, and Liverpool weren't interested. So I actually don't blame him. But anyways, this is nothing but Reds. We're not talking about City. Okay. What else we got? Steve, well, I just need you to tell me what you're thinking with signings. Like, I need you to refresh my memory on how you look at these signings because the second I read a transfer report, something inside me is like, oh, it's true. And I
Yeah,
want it to
I
happen.
can tell you right now, these aren't true.
Okay, thank you. I need to hear that.
Bellingham, there's truth to that. We're in for that guy, but it's not happening now.
Yeah, next
Something
summer.
insane would have to happen. But then again, we've also seen signings come out of the blue. Like Jota popped up, deal closed. Fabinho, boom, deal closed. They're always working. And if something presents itself at the right time for the right price and it makes perfect sense, it could happen. Don't hold your breath for anything. I think now we start thinking about the season.
Right.
We're going to talk about this stuff because there really isn't much else to talk about. You got waxed by United. You beat Crystal Palace, which you should have. But we're just trending towards the beginning of the season.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I know we got waxed score wise. I know we got waxed 4-0. We didn't play that bad. A lot of people think we played bad, and I put a video out for our channel members to watch. So if you're a channel member and you missed it, go ahead and check that out. It's just some thoughts immediately after I watched the match, because you guys know I'm not able to watch a lot of the preseason matches live if I'm working. So I watch them later in the day and then upload a video. But I was watching it and I thoroughly enjoyed watching the match. We hit the post a bunch of times. Our link up play was pretty solid. Defensively, we weren't that great, and that's why United scored what they scored. But I enjoyed watching the match. I thought we played well. And that's just, I don't know. I would rather watch a preseason match that I enjoy and get killed 4-0 than watch a, I don't know, 0-0 preseason match against Ipswich Town or something.
I didn't see much of that match either. And when I was ready to put it on, I was at a point where it was like, okay, I have something very important to do. I can kick that off and watch this. But when I turned it on, it was like 2 or 3-0. And I was like, no,
Well, it was
not
quick.
happening.
It was very quick. And it all came from, I think the first goal was a mistake by Mbaya, our young guy, who is very solid, by the way. I really like him. Poor clearance, falls right to Sancho, and then he finished. And the stream I was watching, because I watched it back, was actually a Man United stream. And so when I was watching it, Sancho finished, no pressure at all, good finish. But they're like, oh my God, world-class finish by Sancho. I'm like, the ball fell to him. He's in the box. He better finish that, right? Fred's finish was good though. And then, I think it was, could be wrong. Was it Rashford? I don't know. But look, Man United are going to finish that.
I mean, Nat Phillips, that's one thing I miss. That's one thing I regret that I haven't seen. I do need to just go watch back and just like watch him.
Watch him, dude. He had some nice pings, some nice diagonal pings. You'd enjoy it.
What a legend, dude. He's still here. And it's just, actually, I think this is perfect. We're not going to dive into this fully, but like Inglese says, expect Premier League to be between City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. I think this is the perfect topic of the things that we need to start thinking about here.
Let's bring it up. Let's do it.
Like, this isn't going to be a Premier League preview show by any means, but this is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
So let us know in the chat who's winning the league, who's finishing second, third, and fourth. Top four in that order. Let us know. I think we can start to have these conversations because I think we're pretty much done with transfers. So what do you think?
Look, I agree with you. I am very much in the boat that Klopp is satisfied with the players he brought in, as am I, and as should everyone. Everyone should be. And I think Oyvind said it in here as well, that our midfield just gets disrespected. It really does, bro. Like, Klopp brought in a young attacking midfielder. How many years have we been crying for an attacking midfielder? And the second Klopp brings one in, I'm pretty sure free, by the way, okay? People are still crying for another player.
Who, Carvalho?
Yeah.
I mean, free. I mean, he was cheap.
Well, I'm pretty sure his contract ended at Fulham, and we got him on a free.
Oh, I thought we spent like 7 or 9 mil for him.
So if we bought him in January, yes. Guys, I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It was less than 10 million or whatever.
Yeah. We got the player. Player is tons of talent. Okay. Runner up for player of the year in the championship. Championship team of the year. All the potential in the world, 19 years old. What more do you want? What more do you want in an attacking midfield player? I'm happy with that acquisition. I'm happy with what I'm seeing from Harvey Elliott. I'm happy from what I'm seeing with Curtis Jones. And I'm happy, of course, with our starting midfield between Fabinho, Thiago, Keita, Hendo, Milner. You can't have it much better, guys. You have loyalty and you have quality. Not to mention, we're strengthening in areas where we needed to, namely right back, our front line with Mane going. Don't be upset. Don't be pessimistic with what we have. Okay, we're coming off of a great season, and we strengthened our team from that season. So, looking ahead to the Premier League, like you said, Steve, I agree. I think it's between us, City, which it usually is, us, City, and then Chelsea will find their way in there. I think Tottenham is going to be slept on. Tottenham is making some good acquisitions.
Look, here's the thing. First of all, we're 20 days away from the first match of the season. When you think about it like that, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That means we'll chat next week. And then the week after that is a match preview and our season preview.
How crazy is that?
Like, there's only 2 Sunday summaries left before the first game of
Wow.
the year.
Wow.
It's coming, dude. August 6th, I feel like that's a little bit earlier than it has been. I always feel like it's like the 11th or the 14th.
It's a week earlier. Yep.
Yeah.
I think they're doing that to give players more rest throughout the season. If you start a week earlier, you have extra gaps in between games.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that could work. That could also just like lengthen the season too.
Well,
I think they should do both.
They should do what they do in Germany, bro. Germany has like a full 3 weeks or a month off. And they only play like 32 games in the Bundesliga or something. Because
they play full.
Are you sure?
I think they play 38.
They only have 18 teams in the top flight.
Huh. Am I stupid?
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Either way, they play less games.
34 matches played. Damn, you're right.
Yeah. So,
wow. Well, and that's why I don't get paid the big bucks to talk about the Bundesliga. Also, I mean, we know who's going to win it.
Yeah, most
every
of the time,
year,
you know who's going to win it. Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to be honest. Even though Haaland left, now that Lewandowski is gone, like I think that could be a tighter battle. Lewandowski has saved them for years. I'm sorry.
Don't forget about Mane. Don't forget about Mane.
Right, but Mane's not going to do the same. He's not going to do the same thing as Lewandowski. From a production perspective. I mean, Lewandowski, the guy is unbelievable.
Yeah,
you're removing 40 goals a season.
I don't like his antics though regarding, how he was leaving and all that, but that doesn't matter. On the field, I agree with you 100%.
Guess how many goals he had this year in 34 league masters?
39.
35.
That's pretty crazy.
It just goes to show you the competition over there is abysmal.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be. But
I think it's a pretty balanced
35 league. Goals. That's tough to replace. That ain't money.
I think it's a pretty balanced league. I really do. I mean, Bayern is a step above the rest, don't get me wrong, but the rest of the teams are very even. Like the top 10 teams are very evenly matched. Think about who you got. You got Frankfurt, who is coming off of Europa League, right? Then you got the main teams. You got the Dortmunds, the Mönchengladbachs. You got the Wolfsburgs coming up. You got, what are some of those other teams? Like Hertha Berlin, like just good, solid teams. But either way, I want to go over here and look at what Gary Richards says. Let's take a look at this prediction here. By the time the World Cup starts, Nunes would have scored 15 goals. Thoughts, Steve? Hey, hold on. Real quick before you go, I want to give a shout out to Shayna. I feel like I haven't seen Shayna in a while. Shout out to Shayna. I was watching a video on YouTube recently where they were going over some of the best golf courses in the world or something. And Mauritius came up. There's a golf course in Mauritius. It was one of the nicest in the world. So shout out to Shayna and Mauritius or Mauritius. Sorry. All right, Steve. Sorry. Go ahead.
When does that start? November?
World Cup? Yeah, something like that.
He won't have 15, but I think he'll be off to the races.
Yeah. Once he gets his first goal, that's it. It's done.
It could be. I mean, it's going to be. That means he's got to be on pace for 5 a month.
Yeah.
Gary. So.
Can we just look at history for a second? let's just look at history for a second. A player that comes in under Klopp tends to just hit the ground running. And then there's a little bit of a fall off. Okay. Look at Mane. Look at Jota. Look at Luis Diaz. Look at Salah. Everyone that's really come in under Klopp, Konate, with the only exception of Fabinho. Fabinho needed a little extra time, but he's not really, he's a midfielder. They've just hit the ground running, and you're like, holy crap, this guy's good. Everyone was talking about Luis Diaz as like the signing of the window. Jota, same exact thing. Guys come in and they're scoring 10 goals in 10 games, even though Luis Diaz only had like 6. But 6 since January, it's pretty impressive, dude. I think I think Nunez, all these like Spanish names are going to get me one day. I'm going to just call everyone different names. I'm telling you. Diaz, oh my God, I just did it again. Nunez, I think he gets 15 goals this season.
League?
I think he gets 15 league goals this season.
Yeah. I think that's
In all comps, maybe like 18. I really don't think he scores that many in other comps. I think he gets 15 in the Premier League.
I think he's the type of goal scorer, almost like Salah. And hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
He could have a bad run of form, but then just give you a hat trick, which
Yeah.
which inflates the numbers and keeps things alive. Like Diaz is not that type of player. He will get better, but he's not like a serial goal scorer. And it's hard to be from the wing, dude, especially in the Premier League. It's hard. Like Salah has been the exception. Mane has been the exception to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
You just look at like Sterling as an example. Like he's a great winger, right?
Yeah.
But he never poured in 20 goals in a season. It's so hard to do.
However,
But Nunez is going to have these opportunities in front of goal, and we paid a lot for him. He's going to play a lot. I think 15 is very realistic for him.
Me too. Yeah.
Because
I agree.
he's going to have those games where I really believe he's going to have those games where he's going to have braces and like a hat trick or two. Like he's going to be in that position to do that,
Right.
regardless of his form.
And I'm telling you, all it takes is one match. Like you said, like he might be cold for a while and then he has one game where he gets 2 or 3 goals. It's all it takes to get you back on track. And likely it's going to come. I mean, look at what Salah has done against like the Norwiches and the teams that just came up. You know what I mean? Like I really do think Nunez, when he's playing against those lower table sides, is going to have himself a match. They're going to find it difficult to play with him.
I'm just curious to see who's going to start.
Klopp has a good dilemma on his hands. I mean, Bobby's looked pretty solid this preseason.
I feel like Mo and Diaz.
They have
You
to
have to start them.
No, they have to start. Yeah. With Jota's hamstring injury, Jota's out. You have to start Diaz and Salah. The question is,
Jota.
yeah, the question is, at the front line, is it Nunez or Firmino? And to be honest with you, right now, Klopp starts Firmino. Unless it's like lower league sides. I'm telling you, what Klopp does is he rotates. Like Harvey Elliott, you look last year, pretty sure we played, what was it like? Who were we playing on your wedding day where Harvey Elliott got injured?
Leeds.
So like Leeds and Norwich and these other kinds of teams, Harvey Elliott was starting, right? Maybe you might see the same thing with Nunez. But I think in the important game.
Chelsea.
Who?
Harvey.
Oh, crap, he did. Okay, so that thing went out the window. That that theory goes out the window. Who do you think he starts first match, bro? Give it to me right now.
Give me a couple weeks. But if I had to guess right now, I'd say Bobby, Salah, Diaz. You don't have to start Nunez.
You don't.
Just because you paid so much.
And look, Oyvind, I get what you're saying here. A lot of people were saying, I get it. But the correlation's just not there, bro. It does not mean that you have to start him just because you paid a lot of money for him.
Right. And when we bought him, it wasn't like, oh my God, we're buying the most expensive player ever. Like, obviously, that's you think about that because it's the truth, but the way the market is now, he wouldn't have cost that 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So you're just going with you're getting the player that you want. You're getting your man for the price for the best price you can get him at, and unfortunately, it was just really high and broke our transfer record. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think they look at price as much as they look at match because I
Agreed.
think Chouameni would have been very expensive. We know Virgil was very expensive.
Madrid splashed the cash on Chouameni. Like we weren't going to pay that. We were probably going to pay in the range of 40 to 60 mil. And what did Madrid end up paying? 100?
I don't know. Too
Yeah.
much.
So Oyvind still thinks he'll start most games. And I, until I saw him play the last 2 games, would have agreed because
I think he'll start most games. Oh, 100%.
yeah.
I'm taking a guess for the first match.
Oh, okay. And so am I. I'm not saying Bobby's ahead of Nunez. Nunez is ahead of Bobby. But based on the first 2 matches that I've seen, I'm still playing Bobby right now. If you ask me right now, if we started the season tomorrow, who am I starting? It's Bobby. But sorry, that doesn't. I agree. I mean, I feel like you got to start Nunez to get that presence in the box, the height, especially with Jota out, and you need Bobby's utility because Bobby now is not the favored attacker.
No, he's not. And think about this. Like you mentioned Tottenham.
Liz brings up a great point here too. Sorry,
Predicting
Steve. Go
lines would be
ahead.
more complicated. Yeah, we have 5 and up. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
That's a great point.
But also, you can't drop points to Fulham on the first day of the season.
No,
So
I don't think anyone expected
regardless of
to.
what anybody cost,
Yeah.
like you have to win that match. So if Nunez is off a step and Klopp sees that, we've seen that. It's not again, I'm not concerned at all. If he's off a step, he can't play for 60 minutes. And he also can't start just because he was expensive. We have to start him, and then he has a terrible first half. You can't rip him off at half on
No.
his debut and ruin his confidence and make him look stupid.
But Klopp's not an idiot. He won't do that.
Right. So what I'm saying is like things could change. I imagine they will. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts the first match. But today, the way it looks today, I think you have to start Bobby.
I agree.
You
Now,
cannot drop 3 points at Fulham on match day 1.
but let's see what the rest of preseason holds. I think Nunez, I'm telling you, bro, all Nunez needs is a little bit of confidence. Once he gets that first goal under his belt, Nunez is going to be a problem. And he's starting. He is. I mean, he's quick. He's a lot faster than Bobby. He doesn't play the same way. He's a lot quicker than Bobby.
I think he played more minutes than anybody towards the end there. Like he was out there all the time. He was out there every match, all match.
Yeah.
Guy's a legend, and he appears to be healthy. Knock on wood. Inglese says, "Is the Fulham game at home?" No, it's away. First game is away at Craven.
Yeah. He honestly has been injured for 4 years straight. It's kind of sad. Poor guy.
Who?
Ox.
Oh,
Ever since he goes down against Roma, he's always injured. That's that dad bod, man. That dad bod will get you. Yeah. But Steve,
yes, it will.
we looked at the preseason so far, the match against Man United, Crystal Palace. We also took a look at the latest transfer rumors between Matheus Nunes and Amadou Onana, the Lille player. Now, Klopp and sources close to Anfield guys have said they're satisfied with the summer transfer window, as am I. We covered all the areas we needed to. We needed that attacking midfield option. We needed a backup for Trent so Gomez could play center back, even though Gomez, we'll probably see him play right back sometime this season because Calvin Ramsey's injured at the moment. And I'm happy with the business. Now we're looking forward to the season. We're looking at players because now Klopp he's done with subbing 30 players a game. Now he's going to start doing halves and halves. Okay. So like last match, you did see the young guys come on for like the last 12 minutes. But fact of the matter is we need to look at what we're going with opening day. All right. That's what we got to start looking for. So I encourage you guys to watch the matches. Pick your standouts. For me, the standouts this preseason has been Elliott. Hands down, no holds bar. Elliott has been far and above what I thought he would be. It's the eye test. Steve, you got any closing thoughts, man?
Not surprised by that.
No.
Gary says Thiago, Fabinho, Elliott in midfield this season. I think Henderson's the captain. You're going to see him quite a bit, but you'll see some rotation there, sure.
Yeah.
Elliott's in that weird spot where the formation has to change a little bit to fit him in on a regular basis. The same goes with Carvalho. The three midfielders we always play all have like a defensive aspect to them. Like all of them. Like even Jones, Milner, Henderson, Thiago, Fabinho, right? Like maybe not Ox. I guess Ox would be like the outlier here, but like in a tough match where it's like a 0-0, like Harvey Elliott's going to have to defend. Like I don't love that idea.
But what
In
I have
a
seen-
1-0, us up, he's going to have to defend too. I don't love
the
that
work
idea
rate is
either.
there. The work rate is there. He is
The
hustling
pace
back.
isn't, the experience isn't.
He's gotten
I
faster.
mean, he's one of my favorite players. You don't have to tell me anything. I know.
You know. I know you know.
But I don't think, like, just to touch on what Gary had said here, like Henderson's that guy. You're not going to see as many 90 plus minute performances of Hendo this year. You were going to see more rotation, I think, too. But I think the top three is still Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago right now.
I don't know. That pullback pass from Elliott to Hendo looks pretty promising, bro.
He's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in to the Sunday summary today. Make sure you smash that like button if you enjoyed the show, and be on the lookout for the clips later today. I do have to go to work, but when I come back, I'll make sure we clip out it. And if you can't do the long content, you like the shorter videos, that's for you. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the input as well. Shayna, Liz, Gary, and Glace, Tony, everyone in the chat. Appreciate you. Steve, thank you as well for being here, my friend. All right, guys. And until next Sunday, take care, Red.